Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz on a Friday morning, a warmer Friday morning than the Thursday or Wednesday mornings we had this week. That's good for us. Hey, even before the pandemic hit, millions of Americans lacked critically needed health insurance. Now, with businesses struggling to stay afloat, millions more are at risk of losing employer-sponsored insurance. That leaves them to navigate the marketplace on their own. The marketplace is no fun on your own, folks. Joining us now to discuss a money-saving, user-friendly, and personalized option is Patrick Quigley. He's the CEO and co-founder of Sidecar Health. Welcome to the show, Patrick. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
How is with the pandemic COVID-19 taking over in 2020? How's that impacted health insurance and health care in the United States this year, going forward?
Yeah, well, even before the pandemic, obviously we have a healthcare crisis in the U.S. with almost 30 million people uninsured and even more than that underinsured. And the pandemic just makes everything worse. So more than ever now, people need access to care, and with people losing their jobs, and a lot of times health insurance is tied to jobs, people are really just looking for ways to get access to care right now. So, like our health, we created a product that allows consumers to enroll in health insurance at any time. And I think that we can all agree that everyone has a right to get access to affordable health care no matter what's going on.
Well, how does the cash price model differ from existing insurance options, and how does this model benefit people, and how's it going to save them money? That's the key, is how's it going to save them money?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what a lot of people don't know is that you can actually pay for care. You can pay for your doctor or your pharmacy with cash. It's called self-pay. We've done a lot of academic research on this, and what we have found is that on average, when you pay for care with cash, you save about 39% over what an insurance company might pay. And so, I mean, that is just a tremendous amount of savings. So we built an insurance product around that concept, because if the cost of care is lower, cost of the insurance is lower. So at Sidecar Health, what we think we're doing is we're empowering consumers to become smart shoppers of care. We give them the money they need to buy care with a Visa debit card, and then we combine that with the information they need to make care decisions with an app that tells people what care should cost and what our plan pays. Because we think that if you can turn people into purchasers of care as opposed to just patients, we can lower the cost of care for everyone.
You know, my doctor does the cash option, and I talked to him about it. He's a friend of mine, so I talked to him. I go, why is the cash option something you offer? He goes, because I have a 90-day turnaround on insurance. I have an instant turnaround on you giving me cash. So that money, that goes into my bank account before the insurance money ever gets there. That's another thing people don't think about, is cash is instantaneous. Whereas there's a time period that doctors and nurse practitioners all have to wait for the insurance companies to pay them.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why doctors love cash too. Everyone wins.
Exactly. For those who've lost employer-sponsored coverage, Joe, how can they get coverage on their own terms?
Yeah, I mean, if the pandemic has led to you losing your job, or if you lost your job in the last 60 days for any reason, it qualifies as a life event. So you can go to the healthcare exchanges and see if you qualify for a subsidy, depending on income. I mean, the real big issue that everyone needs to think about is, what fits your budget? Healthcare is not one size fits all. And the way that we've tried to help with this is design plans that allow people to customize their coverage for what they can afford. Basically, you can come to us and design how much coverage you want. You can design the type of coverage. Maybe you want to turn on or off prescription drug coverage to lead to better affordability and what you need. Because right now, everybody's got to be able to get access to care that fits their budget.
So it sounds like this is something that is an individual's choice instead of your employer buying it for you, and then you have no recourse, because once your employer buys it from the insurance company worries about keeping your employer happy, not you as the person being insured happy. So with this being personalized, was there some event or something that made you come up with this brainchild that makes all the common sense in the world?
Yeah, you're right. Entrepreneurship often is personal, and in this case it was. So a few years ago, I had to get a couple of MRIs, back-to-back actually. And the first MRI, I used my insurance to pay for it, and I ended up getting $1,300 for that MRI. On my second MRI, since I knew I was going to be paying for it myself, I just happened to ask if I could pay for it with cash, and I was only charged $330. So, I mean, that was a huge aha moment for me.
Wait. Hold on, Patrick. We're talking with Patrick Quigley. He's the CEO and co-founder of Sidecar Health. So that bill went from $1,300 to $300 just because it went from insurance to cash. I mean, that's $1,000 difference. That sounds mind-blowing to me.
It was for me. It was for my team, and that's why we created Sidecar Health. Like, how do we create an insurance product that lets everybody take advantage of the concept of cash pay being cheaper?
I've always said if you got individuals to get health care and get the employer health care out of it, because like I said, insurance companies sell to the employer. So the employee is not the person the insurance company sells to. So if you don't like your service, well, sign up to something different next year is what your employer and insurance tells you. I've always said if we could do it the individual way, it would make much more sense, and it would make healthcare people compete for your business. And it sounds like that's what you guys are doing by creating specific plans for the individual's needs instead of a massive plan for a large mass of people, that you're letting the individual have self-choice. That's a great concept. What took so long for it to get there?
I think like everything, it just takes people to focus on the problem. I mean, I agree with you. Your characterization of who is the customer of a typical insurance company. Well, for us, we just care about the member, the people. That's our number one priority.
And how is it? I just don't understand how the insurance industry hasn't come around to that way of thinking. I'm very appreciative. It's not very often when I do these interviews, I talk to people, and there's some good. I'm a person that needs health insurance. I'm dealing with the marketplace right now as open enrollment's going on. This is something the host of this show, when I get done with the show today, I'm going to find out more information. So tell me where I can go and where the listeners can go, because this is something that makes all the sense in the world to me.
Yeah, the best place to go is just to our website, sidecarhealth.com. You learn all about us.
How long have y'all been in business, Patrick?
We're a pretty new company. We've been in business for 3 years.
3 years, and are you nationwide? Are you licensed so you can get insurance in all 50 states? So here in Florida, we could use you as a resource, because I know it differs from state to state.
You're exactly right. It is different state to state. We're in 15 different states today. Florida was one of our first.
Very good. So we do have coverage here in Florida. What's the time frame? And you said that you could sign up with this, that there is no open enrollment window or anything. How's that work?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you can actually enroll anytime. You come to our website and you can go ahead and learn about our plan. You can go through an enrollment process right there.
So it's pretty easy. You don't have to be computer tech savvy or anything. Pretty easy website to navigate and everything for people who maybe not computer literate as most.
Well, I think it is pretty easy. We do everything we can to make it easy, and we've got a tremendous member care team that's available 7 days a week that you can call if you have any questions.
I'm grateful that the entrepreneurial spirit struck you when you went to get your second MRI, and that something like this is offered. I've always said, if you want to fix healthcare, insurance costs have to come down, and insurance costs have to be for the individuals, not for the massive employers that do it that way. And you guys are offering that. Patrick, thank you and your team for offering an alternative that looks like, I'm going to do my due diligence and do my research, but it looks like this may be the alternative answer I've been looking for, and probably hundreds of people, thousands of people have been looking for.
Well, we think so, and thanks so much for having me today.
Thanks so much, Patrick Quigley. We'll talk to you sometime down the road, get an update on how things are going.
All right, take care.
Patrick Quigley, the CEO and founder of Sidecar Health. We're going to take a break. When we get back, I may call FHSAA in the break. I don't know. We'll find out more about whether I did or not after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America. Career Source, citrus, Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first Wednesday of each month at 9:30 to Career Source, Citrus Levy Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Do you like food cooked from the heart? Then there's a food truck for you, and it's parked at the old Kmart parking lot on East Silver Springs Boulevard, Wednesday through Sunday, and it's called
Decora.
Decora. Chef Norman will be in the studio Monday, December 7th at 8:50 to give you the details of how he cooks from the heart straight to your taste buds. That's this coming Monday, December 7th at 8:50 a.m. here on WOCA, The Source.
Check out Decora LLC on Facebook.
I, Ebenezer Scrooge, have come to tell you not to attend Ocala Civic Theater's production of A Christmas Carol. It is full of Christmas cheer. This holiday travesty is live on stage at OCT November 19th through December 20th. Unless you wish your family to be filled with hope and joy, do not call 352-236-2274 for tickets. And to those who do not heed my warning to avoid A Christmas Carol at OCT, I say, bah, humbug!
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit Apple